Hold up. My views are my own. You heard it here first. You heard it here first. You heard it here first. Lightning round. Dangerously close.
I'm going to mispronounce some things in this. I might ask your help a couple times. But
yeah, sure.
We'll get to it. Oh, because we're going to add some stuff. So most people think this podcast is just me. Like, that's kind of, it gets the impression, and it is often. Yeah. But there are a couple of other behind the scenes people. There's co-producer Colleen, who today created most of what this interview is. And then there's co-producer Bill, who he does Foley effects, sound effects, things that don't end up in a lot of the episodes, but they will in this one.
All right. Thanks, co-producer Bill and Colleen, of course, for putting Doug in a spot where he's gonna have to think on his.
I know the thing is, I did another interview this morning. I was all just calm. I was like, yo, sub, blah, blah, blah. And then now, like with you, I'm like, my heart's racing.
No worries. No worries.
My guest today is Elizabeth Seda. Did I say that right?
You did.
I did it.
Well done.
Voice artist and actress Elizabeth Seda combines a soft maturity and jovial sarcasm as the voice of the central character Riley Poverly in the new video game sequel Oxenfree 2 Lost Signals. Currently, Seda can be heard as the historical aviation pioneer Amelia Earhart in the recently released time-traveling VR game Wanderer, as Loeb in the first-person shooter VR game Aspire 2 Stealth Operatives, and as the main antagonist Ellie?
It's Ellie, I believe. Yeah.
Ellie?
Ellie, yeah.
Ellie Sophia in the upcoming Quantum Terror. Quantum Error.
Quantum Error, yeah.
How ironic that I erroneously said the title.
It's okay. I don't actually know what it's about, so.
On camera, Seda has appeared in over 70 features, shorts, and web series. Most recently in the Lifetime thriller, is this French? The Au Pair?
The Au Pair, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
French words. The Au Pair Nightmare. She can be seen delivering big laughs throughout Los Angeles, performing improv monthly with her troupe, mostly organic, and also creates her own comedic content for her YouTube channel. I pronounced YouTube correct. I got one. All right.
Hey, 1 for 12. Here we go. No, I'm kidding.
Since building her own voiceover company, Elizabeth Seda Voiceover, Seda has amassed thousands of credits. She can be heard in commercials for brands such as Disney Plus, Aetna, Hyundai, Google Fiber, as well as content for mega companies, PayPal, Facebook, AAA, Anthem, and Mercedes-Benz, to name a few. I have used almost all of those. I drive a Hyundai, but I would like to drive a Mercedes-Benz. That would be pretty slick.
But a Hyundai is way more reliable, let's face it. So you're on the right track.
Honestly, I'm not going to lie. It's probably like my favorite car I've ever owned. Yeah. I got this mechanic like down the street from my house. His name is Gustavo. Shout out Gustavo, but he's a secret. I don't want people to know about him because he's so he's like he won't rip you off. Yeah. He's so dope and like,
oh my God. Yeah.
We do have to do like a lot of like, I like to believe I can speak Spanish, but like, it's just cool because he's like real chill with me. Because I go in there and I just go in there trying to do it, and he's just like, whatever, man, just point.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's a gift though. Like I'm the same way with like a handyman. Like I finally found like my go-to handyman who fixes everything, and he's amazing. And I'm like, I don't want anyone to know about TJ. Shout out TJ. It's a gift. Never let him go.
But in reality, TJ and Gustavo must be secret.
Yeah.
Keep them secret. Keep them safe.
Yeah.
Hey, on your IMDb, it says you're originally from Nashville. Did Tammy let you know that this is a Nashville-based podcast? Did you know that?
No, I did. Wait. If she did, it was like initially. So this was probably like several weeks ago. Whenever we set this up, so I think I knew that. I think I did know that. I was born there. I didn't grow up there. I just want to be. I do not want to take credit.
Okay.
parents not do. But yeah, I was born there. My parents were there for like a year and a half and then moved to Jersey.
Do you ever visit? Do you ever come back here?
No, no, I've never been back since the age of 1.5, and I'm dying to come visit. It's just, I don't know how it hasn't happened. I'm 39 years old and it hasn't happened.
If things
So,
go well today with our spoiler alert, with some of the improv we might do, maybe when you're in town, we'll set
yeah,
up a
yeah.
little bit of a show. Because I've been thinking about getting on the stage, doing a couple things. I got the connections. I just don't have necessarily
Material.
I don't have the material, first of all. And then additionally, what is that? What's it called? Like the inertia, to get my
Yeah.
ass out there.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, the motivation. I know. It's like, yeah, that's me in stand up. I'm like, ooh, I kind of want to get back into stand up. And then it's like I've been writing stuff, but I'm like, I don't know. It's just not right. It doesn't feel like it's the right time. So I get it. I know. And you overthink it and then you don't do it. And it's annoying and frustrating.
I'm in a little bit of a spot right there. So like right now, so people think I do stand up because of this podcast. Like
Yeah.
I was offered a paid gig, and I was like, I don't have a set. I don't.
Yeah.
And I was like, I could just go try to tell stories, but I was like, it was at a festival, and I was like, I don't want to go bomb
Yeah.
in front of a crowd
I
like that
know.
paid to be there. So
Yeah.
yeah, but maybe I should have. Who knows, man? Like
Yeah.
maybe you should
No,
say
I think you're right. I'm with you. It's sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
you.
I
Oh
feel like
no.
people underestimate like stand up and they just go up and just shoot the shit. It's like nobody it's a you have to hone it and like the rehearse thing and I don't know. Like open mics, it's like a catch 22. You don't want to go to an open mic and practice stuff because then it ends up just being like a giant therapy session or people just bombing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like no pressure. So yeah, I get it. It's a catch 22.
Yeah, and that's the thing people think too. They're like, "Oh, well, I'm funny around my friends."
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I am a stand-up comedian because when I kick it with my friends, they laugh.
Yeah,
And it's like it's a different ball game doing it on
totally.
stage because you're
Yeah,
alone and those aren't your friends.
yeah, exactly. I know. I honestly, I think probably the funniest people are the quietest people. Like I don't know, in my extensive experience, it's just like, yeah, you're a sniper from the side. I had no idea. They don't go around like being funny. Usually those people are the ones you need to look out for.
I can often agree with that.
Yeah.
Um
Not always true.
although
That's a sweeping generalizations, but yeah.
yeah,
Sweeping.
like an exception that proves like just you made me think of this. I've told the story before and I need to stop retelling the story, but it's a cherished memory. And it's the time I met Jim Jeffries, who is probably like one of my favorite stand-up comedians. And like I didn't meet him like at a party. I met him at his own show. And
Yeah.
I went up to him and I was nervous because I really admire him. And he's like, that's like if that was if I wanted to be a stand-up comedian, I would want to be like him. That's
Hmm.
because he's so just like, yeah, he's comfortable and funny and fun. And he punches up, he doesn't punch down. I like everything about him. So
Yeah.
when I met him, I was like, I was just saying, like, I was being so lame. I was like, I think I called him Mr. Jeffries. I was like, hello, Mr. Jeffrey. But he called me a cunt, which I know, but
Whoa.
that's a
Yeah.
term of endearment in Australia.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's right. Yeah. Yeah. I guess that is true. That is true.
He
Yeah.
actually he called me a big dumb cunt. He
Oh
didn't.
my God.
So I was
That's
back there. I was like, hey, Mr. Jeffries, man, I was really enjoying the show out there. I was like, I was backstage, kind of kicking it a little bit, clearly just being like, just a grown ass man acting like a child
yeah.
meeting Michael Jordan, and
Yeah.
he was like, come over here, you big dumb cunt, and and he gave you a big old hug. Fortunately, a photo was snapped, and I
Yeah.
do have
Oh,
a cherished photo
yes.
of me hugging him like the way like a kindergartner would hug like their teacher.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. Oh, I'm so glad it was documented. Yeah, that's huge. That's huge. I know. Yeah, and like I'm glad it met your expectations. Like uh I've never met like a celebrity, hero. Like basically the boss, Bruce Springsteen, is like my total cliche because I'm from New Jersey. And I think I would just die, on the spot. But yeah, like like I've sorry, small sidebar. When I first moved to LA, I worked as an extra. This was like 18 years ago. and it was awful, awful, awful. But you are on set with celebrities, and I just remember just being so disappointed so many times, like, wow, they're a fucking asshole. Or, just not at all what you would expect. And it's like, oh, I loved your work before, but not anymore. So
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway, I'm glad that worked out for you.
And not to say something negative about Steve O, but that's another person like that. I grew up just loving Jackass, and I love it to this day, of course.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
Steve O yelled at me when I met him. He chastised me,
Oh.
and well, here's the thing, and I don't want to. I want to get back in. I want to talk about you. I'm sorry, I'm telling you these fucking
No.
anecdotes. But
No, I love it. This is we can just do this the whole time. It's fine.
So I met Steve O over here on 8th Avenue in Nashville, and I had been drinking, and he's very like super sober and very serious about that, and that's not what he chastised me about. But as a teenager, I started smoking cigarettes because I thought it was really cool, and it's not my fault. Joe Camel was a really effective ad campaign. And then later on in life, I like kind of quit. I don't smoke in general. I don't wake up and smoke a cigarette. I don't smoke a cigarette most days of my life. But there's a certain number of beers that I can have, and then once I've passed that threshold, I am a smoker, and that's just all there is to it. And Steve-O was not happy about it, and it was weird because I think he was trying to be cool because there's a lot of people there, and I think he wasn't trying to make me feel like a piece of shit. But I mean, I was the only person smoking, and he kind of looked up, kind of around, and he's like, whoever's smoking, can you please put your cigarette out? And I was like, okay, Steve-O, I thought you were cool.
Wasn't me. Yeah. I guess. As we're criticizing people either named or unnamed, it's like it's still separating the art from the artist is important. I will say that, but sometimes it's just hard. It's like I got yelled at. Oh, I can't forget that. I can't unremember that. So
do you know what I feel I just did? It's super lame. I feel like I just name dropped. Let me just backpedal 1 second. I don't know Jim Jeffries or Steve-O. I literally okay. If people are trying to think that I'm giving the impression that these are people that I kick it with, no, there's people that I spoke to for a few minutes once a long time ago.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I wasn't
but let's talk about some games a little bit, because you're doing all this voice acting in all these new games, and I was kind of curious, how did you get into the voice acting for video games specifically? How did that you transition into that, or was that where you started?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it kind of happened the same way I kind of got into voiceover, kind of by accident. I just kind of started doing it, and then through online castings and stuff like that, I would audition. I had an agent for a short period of time, and then I didn't for a while, so I was kind of sourcing my own stuff. And now I have an agent again, so I'm kind of back to that. But I would just audition for anything and everything. Even in a day one of voice acting, I think I was looking on Craigslist and all these random places. And then I kind of joined the online casting sites that sort of came into popularity when I was starting my career. And there was tons of opportunities for just small, app-based games, PC games, some bigger games. And
cool.
And then from there I just kind of got my feet wet, and it's a little momentum, and I guess the rest is history, sort of.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You're inspiring me, because actually this is something that I'd love to do. I don't know that this qualifies as voice acting, the fact that I podcast, but I use my voice.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I'm not acting though, so shit. Anyway.
Well, no, but I mean, just another brief sidebar. I mean, a lot of voice acting is just being yourself. I mean, that really is 99% of it, and then some of it is character work. But like you were saying, character voice, mentioned character voices before we were formally recording here, and it's again, 90% of my work is me. It really is. There's a couple Piper from Brawl Stars, things like that are just nutty and off the wall. But whether you're doing a commercial or a corporate thing or a video game, a lot of times it's just you. So if you're good at just being yourself, and your way around a mic and a DAW, as you suggested, you're already way ahead of the game, quite honestly. Just
Did you
saying.
you like did Second City, right?
I did for a short time in Chicago. So I went to college in Chicago and got out and just kind of was like, oh, improv, this is fun. Where do I go? Second City, of course, it's famous.
Yeah.
And yes, so I basically I did a so people who don't know, like Second City, Groundlings, all those schools, they tend to have these like tiered programs that you kind of get into and then you keep leveling up, leveling up, leveling up. And I kind of didn't want to do that. And I did specifically an improv for actors class, which I don't know if that still exists, although Second City Chicago is also a little scandal ridden lately. So I
Oh,
have
I
no
had
idea.
no idea.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Spill the tea. Spill the tea. Spill the tea. Or you don't have to. You don't
Yeah,
have to. You
yeah,
don't
no,
have
no. I mean, there was a lot of like um just stuff about like discrimination and just I think sexual harassment. I don't want to
to. Oh yeah.
speak for it, like, but yeah, I guess the founder, but again, I look it up, guys, Google it. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's had some issues. um but anyway, yeah, so I specifically went into an improv for actors program because I just wanted to like, I didn't want to necessarily just do like improv games, like Zip Zap Zop.
Yeah.
I hate Zip Zap Zop.
I don't even know what that is, but it made me laugh.
Don't worry, it's stupid. Um, and like a lot of this, I'm like, I want practical, like, yet, like, yes, and how do we build on that? Like,
Yeah.
because as an actor, you're having a conversation, all the time, and so that was really what I wanted to dig into. So, long story short, that's specifically the track I did. So I for like a year, so I wasn't in it for a while, and then I was like, I just want to perform and be in a troupe, and if anything comes of it, cool. If not, this is fun. I don't care. So that's, again, the rest is history. I've always just kind of been in groups ever since. So
So
it's awesome.
I feel like pretty soon we're gonna move into like into the creative stuff. But I'm
Yeah.
just curious, just for fun, before we do, let's do some corporate just like how it works. All right. Imagine I'll imagine that I just scratched off a lottery ticket and I'm balling, and I could probably go to CarMax or some other kind of used car place and get a
Yeah.
Mercedes Benz. Maybe not a new one, but I could get one.
Yeah.
Will you do like slang a Mercedes Benz to me like on the radio?
Okay. I don't even know model numbers.
I'm just curious to hear how you do your voice for that kind of stuff.
Okay. The new SL 500 AMG. Oh, I can't even
I'm sold. I want the new SL 500 AMG.
Yeah.
Does it have a 500 horsepower?
It has a 500 horsepower and it's only $4 billion down payment.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, can I try? Can I try? I want to try one. Okay.
Yeah.
Have you seen the movie Dunkirk? The airplane that Tom Hardy drives is a Mercedes Benz. You can be like Tom Hardy if you get a Mercedes Benz. I fucked that up.
No,
stupid.
No, that was great. It's hard to compete with because John Hamm has been the voice of Mercedes Benz for like ever, and he's really good.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's been doing it for like 5 or 6 years, I think. I'm like, good on you, John. I know you need the money.
He's in a TV show that I really like called Good Omens. Have you heard of that?
Oh yeah, I remember watching the pilot and maybe a couple episodes after that. And like because I love the cast. And I just didn't, I don't know. I couldn't stick with it. I don't really remember why, but this was probably like 3 years ago.
Oh yeah, for me, it's like I'm like a Neil Gaiman stan or whatever. So it's like,
yeah,
I don't give a shit. It's like if Neil Gaiman is involved, I'm on board. So whatever, man.
Oh yeah, no, that's for sure. Some people you're like, I will watch anything you do.
There's an interesting thing. So I was I don't recall where I was listening to this interview with Neil Gaiman, but Terry Pratchett co-wrote that with him when they wrote the book, and Terry Pratchett was so like just a stickler. And then on Terry Pratchett's deathbed, he told Neil Gaiman, because they'd been discussing making a movie or a TV show forever, and Terry Pratchett was just always like, no, we're not doing this. And then when he was, when he knew he was going to die, he was like, Neil, just fucking do the show, like do it however you want. He's like, this is what I want. And I was like, that's a pretty amazing like way for that show to get
Send off. Oh yeah,
made.
or yes, send off and yeah, and whatever. And conception. Yeah, the literal yeah, show conception.
That was kind of a somber note.
No, but it's also it's like no, I mean it's uplifting though. You know, it's like I'm giving you my blessing. I'm going to a hopefully better place or whatever, and make a show. Do you. I love that. I think it's inspiring.
Okay, okay. Seriously, I know that we have things to get to, but
Yeah.
but okay, we just did Mercedes-Benz. I think we both did an okay job because I called out the fact that let's do Hyundai because like I feel like you got to work a little bit harder to make someone want to buy a Hyundai other than just saying it's affordable.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say that I am middle class and you're
Yeah.
slinging me a Hyundai. Let's hear it.
All right. Swing into summer sales events at all your local Hyundai dealers now. I need a script, but it's yeah that
you get happier. You get happier.
Yeah, it's upbeat and family friendly and girl next door. We're slinging Hyundai. Actually, I did a Hyundai commercial with Larry King back in like 2014 or it was almost 10 years ago. And it was for South Korea specifically. And it was the most bizarre, like weird commercial ever, but it was so fun. and yeah, so that's my Hyundai story. But I remember them being like, it's Hyundai, not Hyundai.
Like how in that song by Beck, Deborah, he's like, I said, lady, step inside my Hyundai.
I said, lady, step inside my Hyundai.
I don't know that one.
Oh,
no.
When you get a chance, look up Deborah by Beck. It's
okay.
And I remember that with the year that it was in the 2000s when it came out. Rolling Stone gave Beck the best Prince album of the year for making that particular album because he I think just channeled Prince.
Yeah.
So I guess like I don't know if you would like to add a visual component to this if that's how if you ever think about like sound is visual, but like it sounds to me like when you do like the Mercedes, it's like a blue filter, like a blue Instagram filter. It's like drive a fucking Mercedes and you're gonna be cool and rich. And Hyundai is like one of like it's like put it on Vivid. It's like come on down and get a Hyundai and you'll be able to drive your kids to school and go to work.
Yeah. I mean, I do think you don't see like Hyundai. I don't necessarily think of like those hard sell ads like come on down where we have 0% APR, like that's like woo, okay, that's like local, but it's definitely like summer sales event and giant smile and it's bright and bold and we're going to the beach and you can get sand in your Hyundai and nobody fucking cares. It's great. If you get a single kernel of sand in my Mercedes-Benz, I will kill you. Yeah, the Mercedes it's like here and it's very curious.
Yes. Would you like to buy a Mercedes-Benz?
Yeah, and I don't have to try. I'm just here, and I'm telling you that you want to buy this car because it's German engineering at its finest.
I just want you to know that it was the plane in Dunkirk. But make your own decision. But if you're rich, you should do this.
Yeah. That you don't exert energy if you have a Mercedes. So it's just here, and I'm just being, and it's Tom Hardy drives it. John Hamm drives it. They fly it, whatever. We're not just in cars, we're in planes too. So,
and I feel like actually, so if we're like marketing towards men, there's two types of like man that most men would like to be. They would either like to be a John Hamm or a Tom Hardy. And those are probably like the two types you would most like to be.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. And I mean, I do feel like it's kind of a fine line. I mean, like what do you define as like not hyper masculinity and not alpha? Like, just what do you think or see when you think masculinity? And it's like, there's the guy who's just like Tom Hardy's like beefy, strong, and grr and grit, and John Hamm is the polished and the trim and the composed, but both are strong, masculine, I guess.
Yes.
Figures. So yeah, I think you're right.
I'm gonna
As
go
far
ahead and
as
say
aspirational. Yeah.
I hope I'm not talking outside of school right now, but I'm gonna go ahead and say that I feel like that just in the past couple minutes, we've probably provided more voice acting like knowledge, insider stuff than like any master class you might take, or even like something you might like a school you might go and so you're welcome everyone who might be
Yeah.
wanting to pursue a future in selling cars.
Yeah. Or voiceover. All free. All free.
I want to say I feel like that was the meat and potatoes, and now it's time for something a little more flashy. And this is what I was nervous about, but I feel like this is about as calm and collected as I'm going to get. So let me explain to you what co-producer Colleen has provided for us today. It's a game, and as you can see, I have no control over this. These are little glass bowls with little pieces of paper ripped off inside of them.
Yeah.
I got 3, so I got these 2 as well.
Okay.
And co-producer Bill is not here, but what will happen at the end of this recording is I will send this to him, and he will add in Foley effects, music, like everything we need to make it sound as though we really did appear in a video game as the characters, whichever video game it may be.
Yeah.
My understanding of what we're doing here is I will be at random drawing one of your characters that you have performed in a game.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be drawing a actor, which we have already learned from the past that I can't do a lot of actors as impressions. So I think co-producer Colleen like really does a good job of like guessing what I might be able to do based on movies that I like to watch.
Okay.
Turns out I cannot do Mark Wahlberg, or at least not on the spot. We did that a while ago with some actresses, and my Mark Wahlberg was atrocious, but they were very kind. They were like, "Oh, I felt like I was in the same room with him." I think what I did is I forgot to do the Boston accent.
Yeah,
and I was focusing heavily on the like how he has no bass in his voice usually, and he's kind of like, "Hi, I'm Mark Wahlberg," and I overdid that, and I'll probably do that again today. What I'm going to do is I'll draw a character for you, a character for me, and then I will draw a video game scenario.
Okay,
and from
this
there,
is layered. Okay.
Yeah, it's layered, and then I'll send this to Bill. He'll sling it together with the Foley effects and the music, and then it'll be magic. So I'm actually very excited. This is actually one of my favorite things ever that we do on here. So
I love it.
Also, this is like only like the 3rd time we've done this, so it's actually pretty cool. So.
Okay, 3rd time's a charm. All right, co-producer Bill, we are counting on your magician skills.
We are. I certainly am. When your publicist was talking to me, I was like, "This is what I want. I want to do this." All right. Do you want to pick your character, my character, or the scenario first?
Let's do okay, I'll put myself on the spot. Yeah, I'll just do it because I feel like
can you read this? It says where's the camera? You can't read it. Anyway, it says Elizabeth's video game characters. So
okay. Oh man. Okay, yeah, let's do that first.
Let's pull one. I'm excited. I've been like looking forward to this all day, honestly. Okay. You will be performing Loeb.
Okay.
This is actually all handwritten on little pieces of paper.
Okay.
Stealth operations. What is the first word here before the colon?
Oh my god.
Aspines?
Aspire. Yeah.
It looks like a Z. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
You're playing Loeb from Aspire Stealth Operations. Just for some quick background, who is Loeb? What is Stealth Operations?
Loeb is the antagonist, so she's a villain. And it's like a tactical game, shooter action. That's all I know about it because I have limited information when I actually record.
So yeah, kind of like what's that one that everyone plays? The Call of Duty, like just shooting people.
It's that vibe. Yes.
All right. Should I just pick my character next? We just do that next.
Yeah. Okay. Please.
Ian McClellan. You might know him as Gandalf or Magneto, or if you're fancy, you might know him as like something from like Broadway. Okay. And video game scenario. I hope you're willing to like carry this a little bit for me because
I'm going to do my very best.
I hope it don't freeze up. Oh, Red Dead Redemption and the thing that's happening is a saloon fight. Are you familiar with what Red Dead Redemption is?
Yes, I am. Yeah. It's westerny and has a really good soundtrack. I remember that.
Okay, do you want to go first? Or do you want me to go first?
You go first. Now I'm going to put you on the spot.
How does he go?
Hello, little lobe. I am on time, for a wizard is never late. He always arrives precisely when he means to. Let's do a saloon fight.
Listen, McKellen, you may think you have the upper hand just because you're wizardy and magic, but I have a gun. Don't ever underestimate me. Let's draw.
I might have to also remind you that I have the powers of magnets because I'm also Magneto. So,
I just pulled your gun away.
Damn you, McKellen! Listen, just because you're magnetic, I'm actual evil. So again, I repeat, do not underestimate me, McKellen, because I will take you down, or at the very least, rip your stupid wizard cape.
Let's be friends and drink at the bar.
All right, what are you having?
Wizard brew with magnets in it.
I'll just have a whiskey, thank you.
And end scene. Okay, I feel like that went really, really well.
Oh, it was a natural. Oh, it's just, I mean, it wrote itself. And we're probably going to have game developers calling us within the next few days after hearing this, being like, you guys, you might want to consider writing your own game.
Dude, my phone is already just like it's on vibrate. It's like bzz, bzz,
yeah, actually,
bzz,
yeah.
bzz,
How would they know? How would they know?
I'm like, okay. Let's keep the formula the same. We're gonna keep drawing from yours first.
Cool.
Okay. Ooh. Yep. Amelia Earhart from Wanderer. Obviously, we all know who Amelia Earhart is, but can you explain like what this game is and why you're Amelia Earhart in it?
Yeah, it's this is a time travel VR game. So you as the main character get to basically go back in time and meet a lot of famous people, from Amelia Earhart to I think you can meet like Galileo, or like there's some real heavy hitters in there.
Cool.
Yeah, it's an adventure game. But you get to time travel in it.
That sounds fun.
Yeah.
That sounds like a game I would like.
Yeah, I think it yes, from what I've actually not played it. I don't actually usually like to play my own games. But yeah, it's from what I've seen, the cutscenes and whatnot, it looks really fun. So recommend.
Does it take you out of it? Like if you're like playing the game and then you hear your own voice, does it take you kind of like out of the magic of being like like you're in the game and then all of a sudden you hear yourself talk and you're like, ah, man, this is fake.
I don't think it's I don't think it's that. I think it's more just it's weird. And I'm like, oh, is that what I sound like? You know, that kind of thing. It's just more like self-critical, you know, and it's like, I don't want to give myself, I don't need more going on up here. I just need to do my job and not overthink it. Yeah. So it's just weird to hear yourself, I think.
It's amazing hearing you say that as a voice actor to go, it's weird hearing yourself talk because a lot of times I don't like to listen to my own podcast because like it also I'm like, is that what I sound like? Is that what I sound like?
Yeah. And of course it's warped in our heads, but you know, I also just I listen to myself all day because I'm constantly editing my work and auditioning and I hear my feedback. So it's just like I'm good. I don't need to experience more Liz. I hear myself enough. Anyway.
Although I will say, although I don't like it, I learned a lot about my speech from doing this because I learned that, especially early on doing this podcast, that I don't speak clearly and that I speak very fast. And there's not much I can do about it. I still do that, but I'm kind of like I'll say a word too fast to be like clear and the most I've had to work on it is reading people's bios, because I
Yeah.
used to be like, Elizabeth Sada's and it's like, what was the point of me reading that? Okay, I
Yeah.
am going. Ooh, I'm going to be Hugh Jackman.
Ooh, okay.
Okay,
You're Australian.
okay, yeah, he's Australian. Thank you. He's
Yeah.
Australian. Now I have a
Yeah.
way to do this. Okay, and let's find out what we have next. Grand Theft Auto. The scenario is 10 cop cars coming after you in high speed chase. I'm going to assume we're in the same car.
Cool. All right, Hugh. Can I just call you Wolverine because it's sexier that way? Let's take the road, take the next right, and then I don't know, maybe we should just dip into a police station or something, hide out.
G'day, mate. That's a great idea, because I am Wolverine. And that's not a knife. These are me knife hands. And I love wallabies and billabongs.
God, that's sexy. You know, I really hope we don't crash, because if the airbags deploy, that's going to be a problem with your claw hands. Can you actually put them away? They're sort of interrupting the view a little bit. Oh, they're after us. Do you think we can fly this thing?
Probably. And first of all, check it out. Here's me trick. These aren't my knife, because these aren't my knife hands, because I pulled my claws back in. And I'll tell you another thing. The reason I'm so sexy is because I like to cook at the Barbie and eat Vegemite. And I also eat dingoes. Does that help?
Hugh, I never would have pinned you for such a walking cliche, but you truly are. You don't disappoint. I'm going to drop you off at the next gas station, all right?
I'm the greatest showman. If it's all the same to you, could you drop me off at the Great Barrier Reef, where my favorite crocodiles live?
I'll try, but it's a bit of a drive.
All right, then let's put in some cheat codes.
Fuck it. End scene. I'm actually pretty happy with that one.
Yeah, I think you covered literally everything, except for Diesel.
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 The thing is, I can't actually do an Australian accent, so I just was trying to like use only like words I know that, because like who else is going to go like Vegemite?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's yeah. Those are the keyword. Go keywords.
Have you been to see the Barbie movie?
Bobby. I know. Yeah, any like Margot Robbie interviews I've seen. Yeah, she's like Bobby. Like what? Oh,
Oh,
Bobby.
is she British?
Oh, sorry. No, I did it wrong. Bobby. She's Australian.
She's
Bobby.
Australian too. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I know. Are they all?
Did you see the Tanya Harding movie that she made?
Yes, that was phenomenal. That was really good.
That is my favorite Margot Robbie movie. So if you haven't seen it, man, I don't. It's a little bit. It's like a little bit controversial, because I don't want to say that Tanya Harding is a good person. So use your own discretion.
Yeah. But it definitely portrayed her as a three-dimensional, complex person.
Yeah.
And, it was an interesting watch, and she was really good in it. Everybody was really good in it.
Well, it's how I learned that she was a good actress, because actually, because I had seen her in like the Birds of Prey, and I really did not like it. And no offense or whatever, it's to people that do like it. It was just like when she's like, Mr. J.
Yeah.
And I was like,
yeah.
This is not great. Okay.
Yeah, it's a little grating. Anyway, yeah. She's doing all right. She just made like $1 billion.
I think that Margot Robbie does not need me to like Birds of Prey. I think she's gonna be okay.
She's gonna be fine.
Moving on.
Okay.
Riley Poverly from Oxenfree 2. This hasn't even come out yet. All right, so who is Riley Poverly, and what is Oxenfree 2?
Well, actually, it did just come out July 12th, but very recently.
Okay.
So Riley Poverly is the protagonist in Oxenfree 2. And she's basically, it's again, sort of an adventure game. There's some supernatural elements in it, and it's a kind of a mystery story that you're unraveling, and you kind of get to go on an adventure with your buddy Jacob throughout the whole thing. So it's did that explain it?
Yeah.
It's kind of a coming of age story too, a little bit, like a lot of interpersonal stuff, and that I'll stop there.
I wish my brother was here for this, because he's like a super like gamer dude who's like dope at every game.
Yeah.
And I have like a really old Xbox, so it's like, well, by today's standards, it's probably like 10 years
2
old.
years old. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
and but like, I mean, they're expensive. I'm not going to go buy another, thing. But like, so he like sends me like old games. He's like, well, you'll like this, and I'm like, hell yeah. And then I try it, and within like 20, 30 minutes, I'm like, I can't play this. It's too hard. I don't like.
Yeah.
It's,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I do have a respect for gamers. Oh shit. Okay, sorry. You're Riley Poverly.
Yeah. Just quick side note that this is not a hard game. It's just a story. It's very simple. So yeah, even I did play part of it, and it's like, okay, I can do this. There's
Okay,
like,
that sounds fun. Like, so what do you need? What do you need to have to play it?
let's see. Well, you can do PC, phone, PlayStation. Actually, I don't know if it's on I don't think it's on the Xbox. I think I should know this.
Can you play
I
it on
should
the
know.
laptop?
I believe, yeah, yes.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah,
you know what?
you can download it from Steam, right? Is that right? Do you do that? Is that a thing? Guys, don't judge. I'm not a avid gamer either, so
I am okay. I'm gonna be Joe Pesci. I fucking love Joe Pesci. I hope that I don't. I hope if he's listening, Mr. Pesci, sir, I really, really admire you. But I'm gonna have to basically do Joe Pesci from Goodfellas because that's the only strong recollection I have of him. That and Home Alone, but I haven't seen Home Alone since I was a kid, and I've seen Goodfellas like about 1,000 times. So, okay.
my family's Christmas movie is My Cousin Vinny. So I've seen it
that's
about
a really good one.
70 times. So yeah, I love that movie so much. Okay.
I mean, obviously he's very famous, but is underrated. And
Oh, yeah.
we're okay. All right. We're doing Halo. Aliens have just landed on Earth. I'm not entirely sure if Earth still exists in the Halo universe, but we're gonna go ahead and just go with it. For gamers out there, like just fucking go with it.
Okay.
Okay. Joe Pesci. Look at these fucking aliens. What do they think they're these fucking mutts think they're gonna come down here and fucking come to Earth?
Joe, you've gotta relax. Okay. We got a radio. We're gonna call for help. We just need to find a place to kind of pull over. We need to calm down. Okay. You're very hyped and amped, and it's a little unnerving.
So what I don't see is they're gonna come down here and embarrass me in front of my fucking friends.
No offense, but the aliens don't give a shit about you, Joe, okay? I know that you were once a huge celebrity. Some may say underrated.
I'm a goddamn made man.
I know you are. I know. Okay, I think you need a snack, okay? Let's leave the aliens for now, all right? And we're just gonna jump in the car. Wait, what is that? What is that bright light up there? Well, we better... Hang on, Joe. Well, you're shorter than I am anyway. Yeah, let's take cover under that overpass.
Actually, I've got a great idea. I know a house. I've been casing it for weeks. Resurrecting goddamn motherfuckers.
Joe, again, you're going off the rails. Okay, you start speaking gibberish when you get too amped. Okay, calm down. They're just aliens. We've seen this before.
Let's go hide at Kevin McAllister's house.
Good plan. I knew that brain was in there somewhere.
And scene?
Yeah.
Okay. That might have been maybe my most embarrassing celebrity impression yet, which is sad because I thought you would think that as many times as I've seen Goodfellas that I could do Joe Pesci.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
All I could think of was him going, "You fucking mutt," which is hilarious. And and it's such a weird insult. Like it's something you would never use. Like he's like a serious gangster who murders people.
Yeah.
And his thing is calling people a mutt, which is first of all, my dog's a mutt, and I love her and cherish her more than anything. So I don't
get it. Yeah.
Okay. There's one more. Do you have the patience to do one more of these with me?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, great.
Yes.
So I just feel after my terrible, absolutely just flaming crash of a Joe Pesci.
It was brilliant.
You are going to be Ellie Sophia from Quantum Error. Who is Ellie Sophia and what is Quantum Error?
She is also an antagonist, the antagonist of the game. And she actually will appear in subsequent games. So it's sort of a a very end of the game thing. But it's again like a tactical, shoot 'em up mission based story. And yeah, she's a villain.
So,
So. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
And it's in space, I believe.
Okay.
It's in
It
space.
appears that I am John Malkovich. Great.
Oh God. Okay.
God, that's like it might as well say Christopher Walken or one of those almost impossible to do.
I know.
Do you mind do you mind if just for one moment before we get started, because I just blew the Joe Pesci so bad.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to remember what John Malkovich sounds like. I'm gonna will you give me a couple words to say and then I'll just say him back, like how he talks.
My poker game is unmatched. Just thinking rounders.
My poker game, fuck, I'm fucking this up. My poker game is unmatched in the annals of criminal history. I'm
No, I hear it. I hear it. Yeah.
This package of quesadillas is an 8 count, but that's one less. That's one more than 7. We're gonna fucking roll with the best we got.
You just gotta commit. Commit.
Thank God we're doing Mario Kart last lap of the race.
Oh God. The one game we play consistently because it never gets old. Okay.
I would say evergreen game.
Oh,
can never ever. I mean, fun when it came out. Fun today will be fun tomorrow. It'll be fun in 1,000 years.
Yep.
All right. Last lap of the race. I would love it if you would just kick this off.
Okay. Malkovich, you got nothing against me. If you try to barricade me into the barricade again, I am going to blow up your car. Move! Move! I'm dropping a banana!
I would, if you could just, it's me, Mario, and I have a banana peel that I think you should, if you watched out, I would drop a banana peel for you to slip on.
Malkovich, you talk way too much and about absolutely nothing. I can't with this race anymore, okay? So I'm going to now drop a spinning turtle in your path so that you finally get off my ass once and for all.
I don't think the spinning turtles are going to be exactly what would... See, I've already hit the booster. I've hit the booster, and now I'm going very fast. I'm John Malkovich. I'm very fast.
If there's one word I would describe you with, it is not fast, okay? Malkovich, you've left me no choice. I'm going to kill you, slowly and painfully, until you are nothing more than a husk of a man.
In many ways, I am nothing more than a husk of a man, as it is already.
And Jesus Christ, fucking end scene. Damn it! It's like it got worse as it went along, but that's okay.
No, it was good. It was good.
First of all, you were fantastic. You were incredible. I was garbage. I was absolutely garbage. But that's the thing about this game is like, what am I gonna do? Like spend like a week in like impressionist school?
Yeah. No, honestly, I find some of the like bad impressions to me are, and I'm not saying that was you, but I'm saying it honestly makes me laugh kind of as much as like a really spot on impression. Like if it's, as long as you commit to it, the very least it's going to be a good character. That's like my philosophy with like improv, because sometimes you'll get suggestions and it's like, I don't know, I'm Swedish, like I can't, okay, like I can't, but I'm gonna just commit to something. And so as long as you commit, I think that's, I felt like I needed to move the story forward better. But again, this is a good exercise. It's like really multi-layered. You got to think about 3 things.
Actually, what I'm speaking of Swedish, this is different than Swiss, but I mean, is that different? But we had done a joke uh army recruitment ad on here for the Swiss Army. And at the time, like I was just like I had to just kind of jump into it, and I was actually pretty like happy. Like honestly, I've never met anyone from Switzerland, I don't think, or like but I was just kind of like, what do they talk like? And I was just kind of like, I was like, hey, what's up, cool guys? Do you want to join the Swiss Army? We have very cool knives. They're very like, like it's like we go on camping trips with friends, and we never fight in wars. And I was just kind of like, I was really stoked on that.
Yeah.
But I was not stoked on that John Malkovich. That was trash.
No,
Hey.
it really, honestly, that was one of your better ones, I thought.
Well,
Like
really?
Yeah, no, it had that you took your time with it because you said like you speak too fast generally. Like John forced you to really like
That's
hone
the
it.
thing with it because he's a very slow speaker, and he like I
Liberate.
think he's like he also has like a thing where that's the thing. Christopher Walken is another impression that I would never want to try and do that one because it's like but I think with the magic in there, if you can really do it, is getting those pauses because they have like they're like offbeat. It's like playing music. It's like jazz.
Yeah.
It's like they do
Yeah.
jazz with their voice.
Yeah. No, I
But
yeah.
I think there's more to it than like me just being on the spot right here, like freaking out trying to like do the job.
Oh yeah. There's many factors at play. You're like you're on cam, and and you're thinking about circumstances, what to say, improv, and actual like vocal quality. It's really hard. It's like walking and whatever this multi things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Walking and chewing gum, but that's easy. So
hey, let's talk some shop. Let's talk some turkey. So
Okay.
you own you own your own voice acting business. Like I guess there's a million ways to phrase this. How did that come about? What is the business? Like, what do you do?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a one-woman show. So, yes, so it's me. I am the business. And again, it just sort of was born out of necessity. Well, necessity and, love of the game. I would not recommend going into voiceover unless you love it because like anything, you're having to build something kind of from scratch. I had an acting background, so that helped. But once I kind of realized how awesome it was, and it was like, okay, I can work from home. I love doing this. I love the anonymity of it. I love just waking up every day and kind of having like a different, like, who knows what the day will bring. Sometimes that's stressful, but yeah, I just realized that it could be a full-time thing. And once I started building like a client base and people started coming back to me for stuff, I was like, all right, I'm going to quit my survival job, which was professional balloon twisting. No joke.
Oh my God, that's amazing. That's
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
okay. First of all,
Yeah.
I 100% I'm not a person that's so silly that doesn't understand that owning your own incredibly fucking awesome like VO business is not like better than that. But at the same time,
Yeah.
I've never lost my childlike sense of wonder, and professional balloon twisters.
Mhm.
I'm in awe of so I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but
No. I know. I sometimes think like I want to like sometimes I'll pick up a balloon again and just see what I can still do. It's been like a few years, obviously, like way before. Well, yeah, I think I quit. I retired like 6 plus years ago. Yeah, and it like I think I enjoyed the responses from adults more than the kids, quite honestly, because they'd be like, and granted, I was good, but there are some people who are like, whoa, like they build full sculptures and stuff. I didn't do any of that stuff. I was pretty good, and it was fun, but it was not what I wanted to do. Because it's you just have to deal with gaggles of people, and it's exhausting, and it's a service job, and that's which everybody should do. But I was really over it, having waitressed and done all that. I was like, I'm done. So I'm glad to say that I moved to something that I truly love. But yeah, that's really how my business came to be. It's like, you know, you kind of like turn around one day and you're like, oh, this is actually a thing. You know, because you're kind of in it for a while and you're just like head down, you know, nose to the grindstone, just go, 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 like cranking out auditions and work. And then it's like, oh, I actually have a client base and I, you know, got all this equipment and oh, this is like a thing. And then it became a little bit more like streamlined and formal and organized. And so here we are. And I love it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Can I say something a little bit controversial? It just goes back to you saying that you know, balloon twisting is a service job. And I have a belief, and like I said, it's controversial, but I think people could hear me out on this. So you know the country of Israel, how they have mandatory military service. Doesn't matter who you are, doesn't matter if your dad's the richest dude in the country, you still have to just do a year. I'm sure it does affect that. I'm sure they can get you a better, like, you know, if you're the richest, if you're from a rich family, you probably get, you know, there's always going to be some horse shit like that. But still, it's like you get the experience and everybody has that shared experience.
Yeah.
I believe if we want to create a utopia in America, there should be mandatory service jobs. I'm not the first person to say this.
Yeah.
And I've, you know, the first person I heard to say this to me was like, maybe like the first time I was a busboy. Some bartender said that to me and I was like, you're fucking right. And to this day, I'm like, it should be like, no matter what, you got to do 1 year of whatever it is, you know, some kind of service thing so that people can learn how to fucking act right.
Yeah. Oh my God. I 100% agree. It's we've increasingly become this very inward, like inward society. And we've lost the sense of community and how to communicate clearly. And, you know, and we don't know how to behave in just life. And it's like, something like that would be such a unifying, you know, it's so simple too, you know, and I feel like I would have wanted to do it. I would have loved to have not, like, I went to college. I don't regret it, you know, but like, it was hard for me. And like, when you just kind of go into, whether you go to college after or not, it's like just going through that experience of a year of even playing field. I figure out what I like, what I'm good at, how, you know, all of that. And I have to work with all, you know, these people, whether it's military service, community service, just service. I 100% agree with you. Absolutely.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Having to face a little bit of adversity.
Oh yeah. But I want to shout out to the younger listeners. Right now, like the service industry, like you could quit your job today and get another one tomorrow because like the labor market has changed. And I'll tell you, so in my younger years, there were times where like the way someone spoke to me, like I felt like one of my eyeballs was going to pop out of like just rage. But I was like, I got to pay my rent. Like I got to pay my rent. This person that like, not only do I not respect, but like, I don't even consider like on my level as like, you know, I call it like the most vile piece of shit is trying to dress me down, and I'm putting up with it because I'm like, got bills to pay, got to eat, got to live. But there have been times in my life where I was able to quit in very funny ways and very satisfying ways. And to the younger generation right now, with the way things are, you have even more opportunities. So whenever a customer is extremely rude to you, blow up on them, but don't do anything violent. Don't touch them. Don't put your hands on them. They'll get you in trouble. Yeah. Use your words, but
stand up for yourself. Stand up for yourself. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God. I never would have imagined doing that. But I do remember one time I was so proud of myself. I had it was when I worked in a restaurant back in Chicago, and I had these guys walk out on their check, and our restaurant was just chronically understaffed all the time. And I'm super type A. Like I was on my shit all the time, and it was like packed, and you know, whatever football championship game was on. And I was like, and these guys walked out, and it was like midnight, or no, it was pretty late actually. And I just remember like, I don't care what happened. And I ran out on the street, and this was like Southside Chicago. So it was a little like, you know, you didn't want to necessarily be out on the street like by yourself. I was so mad though. I just ran after these guys, and I was like, hey, what the fuck? And they were so stunned. they actually like, came back and paid their bill.
Whoa.
But yeah, I was like, it was not necessarily smart, but I was like, I was rage. I was like, if I die tonight, I don't care because I need to be in the right. Like I can't. So anyway, that was another tangent, but yeah, just rage. I know. It's
Elizabeth,
yeah.
I've got something to say. We are getting dangerously close to the lightning round.
Oh boy. Oh, jeez.
Once again, this is a part of the thing that I did not write. This is written by co-producer Colleen, so I have no idea what I'm going to say to you.
Okay.
Lightning round is a part of the podcast where I ask you questions super fast.
Okay.
And you just have to answer them just like gut reaction. No cerebral, just
Got it. Okay.
some are easier than others. Looks like you got a pretty easy one. Hot or not? Okay.
Oh, like weather?
Oh no, like the thing, and you just say hot or not. So like, if I was like Barbie, hot or not, and you're like, hot.
Oh, got it. Okay. I thought that was the question. Hot or not? Like what? What's the okay, got it. All right, noted.
These seem. I have opinions, but I want to hear yours.
Okay.
Crocs.
Not.
Yeah, not.
No. And I'm seeing them a lot. I understand maybe they're practical, but
I don't know about that.
I don't know.
Tongue piercings.
No, not
Chat.
Sorry.
Chat GPT.
Not.
Oh,
I have thoughts about AI, as you can probably imagine as a
Oh,
perspective, but we're not going to go down
yeah.
that rabbit hole. Yeah.
I think
Not.
I think they should start using AI. I think that all major drug traffickers should be turned into AI, and like most like mid-level drug dealers should be turned into AI. And then I think the entire DEA should be turned into AI, and it should be a robot war. That's my opinion on AI.
Oh, that's a new one. That's a new take.
I've put a lot of thought into it. Salmon-colored pants or shorts.
Oh man, that's a neutral because it depends on the person. Okay. All right. So that's a not. That's a not. Generally, I wouldn't buy them myself. So not. I guess I should really
I am
not
so
project.
Elizabeth. It is actually it's out of line for me to try to change what you're gonna say. I'm so sorry. That was fucked up. So actually, great. Now salmon colored pants is still up in the air because I clearly interfered in what you were doing.
No, it's true because you're right. Like bros. Not that there's anything wrong with being a bro, but yeah, bros. When I think salmon pants or shorts, I think of bro. Not that there's anything wrong with that. But it's not for me. It's not for me.
There might
okay.
be a little something wrong with it. Okay. This is a little bit more. It's not salmon colored pants. I'll say that.
Right.
Bucket hats.
Not. Yeah. I live in LA, so it's like everybody's commandeered them, and it's like they've lost their charm. Unless you're.
Are they back? Are they back in LA? Because they're not back here.
Let's see. I'm thinking, okay. Because I'm thinking like kind of, wait, am I thinking too fedora-y? Or am I thinking like, okay, I'm going to look up.
Think Cypress Hill.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you could think about like the Kangol bucket hat by LL Cool J.
Oh, no, I hate those. I hate them. Sorry, no.
All right.
No, I don't know if they're back. I've never liked them. I mean, I think of a 90-year-old man on a Florida beach wearing a bucket hat.
I think of who's that creep? He's a director. He's very
Brett Ratner.
He's like
Which one?
He's like, oh, I've got all kinds of weird illnesses, and I married my adopted daughter. Woody Allen.
Yeah.
That was like the best impression I did all day.
Yeah. It's at least expect it.
Audiobooks.
Oh, hot
as fire. I'm super into audiobooks right now because it's like I don't have like the time to read that I used to have. And so and what I'll do is like I'll put my kid in a stroller, put my dog on a leash, put on an audiobook, and I'm like, I'm reading.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, they're a lot of work. I've done a few. And I respect it. It's not my favorite thing to do because it is so much work, but I like really amazing narrators. I'm just like, yep, hats off to you. And I actually side note, I just read a little thing. Arnold Schwarzenegger was talking about narrating the audiobook version of his memoir. And he's like, and I was dyslexic growing up, and you know, nobody knew what that was at the time. And he's like, I have never been so challenged basically than having to narrate my own audiobook and just having to go through it. And I thought that was interesting, but he's like, I'm like amazed by the art form. So like, yep, it's hard.
You know, I actually read that book, not all the way through. It's fascinating for like several hundred pages, and then you get to the part where he starts getting political, and I'm like,
oh yeah,
yeah.
No,
put it down.
Yeah, that's where
because in the beginning he's like, you know, I grew up in the a hut, and my mother had to like, she called it hamsterstening, and she had to go around foraging for food for us, and then he's like, it's just crazy. He's like, if I wanted to go to the bathroom, I had to walk 17 miles to a, you know, it's just crazy. And then he's like, and then he's like, then I moved to America. I become a millionaire instantly because my muscles were so big, and it's just like, it's so cool. And then he's like, and then I met Ronald Reagan, and I was like,
yeah,
I'm done with this book. But
totally.
What is the longest audio book you've ever voiced?
Oh, it was part of a series. It was like something, it was over 200,000 words. So it was like, I want to say like 20 hours long. So that took a while. Yeah.
That's
like
crazy.
Yeah. But it's it's a series. I've worked with the same author, on her series, Princess of Dorsa. And it's like a, you know, kind of Game of Thrones-y fantastical thing. And they were long books. All three of them actually were super long. So it was a lot of work, but you know, she's great, and we sell a lot of books together. So
nice.
I'll take it. Yeah.
But speaking of, I mean, the work you do, you know, books, whatever, video games, all that stuff. Where can people find you, follow you, find your business, like all the cool stuff that you are willing to share for people to pursue?
Yeah, I probably should be more active on the socials. I'm mostly just on Instagram because it's easy.
I think it's the best one.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just I like the simplicity. And that's just at Liz Seda. And my YouTube channel is at Elizabeth Seda. And my website is elizabethsedavo.com. And Facebook, no. I'm on it, but you know, who cares? And then also Twitter, I'm at Liz Seda X, whatever it's called. I'm like, fuck you, Elon. I can't.
I'm so bummed about that, because I actually, you know, I don't. Sorry, the people that listen do not need to hear another rant from me. I'm sure. Elon fucking Musk. Sorry.
No. I get it. But that's also at Liz Seda. That's me in a nutshell. I'm around.
Well, Liz, thank you so much for being on the podcast, and thank you for being so gracious to do some improv with me when I'm clearly a amateur at best. To get to work with a professional like you, it was super fun. It's super cool.
Oh no, my pleasure. I love when I think everybody should do it. Like everybody should do improv. It's such a good icebreaker. It's just, you know, it's not always funny. It's not always great, but it's always fun. So this was all three. This was all three. But I loved it. Thank you for having me. Really.